Hello, welcome to Shower Thoughts 7. Today we're gonna be talking about Sora. Sora from Smash Bros. Yes, Sora from his video game Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. I've never seen him in any other game owned by any other company. Yeah, I wouldn't know about any of that. But yes, that is really cool that he's in the game. And I have been thinking a lot about man, Kingdom Hearts. Because like Shower Thoughts 1, I talked about whoever the Smash character is, I'm gonna be happy with it. They're gonna be good regardless. And Sora looks so much fucking fun. I was always kind of I don't know what they will do with Sora in the game. Aside from the fact that I'm pretty sure it was pretty difficult to make. I saw that they made some slight changes to some of the layouts of the characters on the stage. For no particular reason apparently, but I think maybe some characters didn't make it, some of the big ones. I don't know. Today, just seeing the way that that Sora moves, it was really cool. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy just bouncing around with Sora for a little while. His combo game looks really nutty. His side B is insane. When I saw that you could do that, it's oh no, it's gonna be Bayonetta all over again, isn't it? He looks busted. He looks busted as fuck. I remember fucking Bayonetta doing that in Smash 4. Bayonetta was the last DLC for Smash 4, wasn't she? Because it was Cloud and then Bayonetta? I don't remember exactly. I try not to think too much about the Smash 4 days, but I know that she remained broken all the way till the end of the game. So that's why it feels like she was the last one. I'm glad that it's cool that they acknowledged, yeah, everybody wanted Sora since the beginning. Sora won the poll. We just didn't want to say it because we didn't want to tell you guys because of right reasons we can't really get Sora in. And they just said okay, well, we just won't say it. But now that we have the rights, why not? I feel right now Nintendo's trying to get pretty chummy with Disney or something, since they're following a lot of the same footsteps. We have Nintendo Land. We're gonna have a Mario movie, and this looks like there's gonna be this is already a theory that a lot of people have brought up, but it does look like we might have a Smash movie or the groundwork for it. We have Sonic, we have Detective Pikachu. That's what we have right now. They could just make new movies to make canon versions of these characters. But an F-Zero movie, an Earthbound movie. I would really like that. I would really like if they take the MCU route, because say what you will about the MCU, it can be cringy, it can be repetitive, and sometimes it can just be outright bad. But the product that is out, the intellectual property overall is pretty entertaining. I have a lot of fun watching the What Ifs and the WandaVisions and all that. These new shows that are coming out are solid, and they're only possible because of the groundwork that was the OG MCU movies, And I feel maybe Nintendo's trying to do something like that, because why wouldn't you? You have all these characters and stories, and they're good. You have huge fan bases, or you just have a generational gap where, because older people don't play video games, they don't get exposed to these stories. So it's oh well, whatever, little kids playing little kid games. But if you just are able to sit down and consume the story for what it is, they're pretty good. In a lot of these games, the storytelling is usually linked with gameplay. So one of my best examples that comes to mind would be a Metroid movie. Most of Metroid storytelling is through active gameplay. There's not that many cutscenes. The most cutscenes we got in the game was Metroid Fusion, and that was still just in between elevators. It's like, oh yeah, here's Samus thinking to herself, damn, that Adam Malkovich guy and this computer guy really seem familiar. And we never, like, that's the first time we heard of Adam Malkovich. And then later on, we got like introduced to Adam Malkovich through like meme game, other M or whatever. I played it. I thought it was cool. Like, I didn't understand the huge hate for it. I think people didn't like it because it made Samus like into a little babe crybaby or something. But I mean, I just felt like she was a little more human. So that if anything, my biggest complaint was like some of the 2D, 3D transitions were a little rough. But I mean, I thought the game was good enough. I mean, I never 100%ed it, I guess, but I liked it a lot. It's not like my top. I mean, I was gonna say top 5, but there's not that many Metroid games. Maybe it is. I guess real quick, top 5 Metroid games. Nostalgia reasons, Fusion number 1. Just because I'm big sim for nostalgia. Then I guess Zero Mission, Zero Mission number 2. Prime 3. No, wait, hold on. Super Metroid, Super Metroid 2, then Zero Mission 3. Prime 4, and... No, wait. Actually, keep the same listing, but we're gonna move everything 1 down. So, Fusion 2, Super Metroid 3, Zero Mission 4, Prime 5, Metroid Pinball number 1. Let's go, baby. Alright, so like making a Metroid movie would be really hard because, well, I mean, depending on how you do it, like, is it just gonna be like a solitary Samus movie, just walking through the ruins of like Planet Zebes or whatever, how you gonna pronounce it? I don't know, like, because when you're playing Metroid, it's just you're exploring the world, the abandoned facilities of like these higher organizations, which either got a little too greedy with their power or just ran into conflict with other organizations that wielded the same level of power, like the Space Pirates. And like, you know, I mean, I don't know, the Chosos, the ex-parasites, I guess, could also be like that. And who knows what Dread's gonna be. I am really excited for Dread. Might be one of the newer games that I buy on release day, just because it's been so long since a Metroid game has come out, and I unironically love like Metroidvania games. It's just one of my favorite genres of games out there. Since, like, I guess this applies for Metroid, but also for like Metroidvania games. Like, a lot of the storytelling is told through like the world that you're exploring around you, and like small dialogue, but like stuff in the background, or like some of your power-ups, like, oh, you only get this because of like this reason, or because this happened in the world around you. Like, that is cool, and that like sets up for like the larger universe. And I know we have the Galactic Federation and stuff, and like the CBS or something, I don't know, like the people that were in charge of the station that you visit in Fusion. Like, we do have already like a galactic world, and I know we had that game with the Galactic Federation as well, that's right. I haven't played that one. It looked like a meme. And yeah, Metroid movie, what would it be like? I would hope it's kind of like a Doom kind of movie, but not like the Doom movie, but like the newer Doom games in a movie version, where it's just like Samus exploring and just shooting things. And maybe in the end, she finds like a portal that leads to the dimensional merge that's happening between all of the movies that Nintendo's releasing. Maybe this is what Christian was talking about, not a literal dimensional merge, but just a movie dimensional merge. Maybe he thought that the Quick Verse was part of the Nintendo verse, but like, I don't know. I shouldn't think for Chris. And I don't know. I really like Sora. I'm excited to play Sora. And another news, I guess Sora was big enough news that at least in my own mind, it overshadowed a little bit of the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl release. I still really want to play it, but I don't know if I'll be able to buy the whole ass game. At least not this week for sure, because Shumani died. If I ever make a Patreon for these things, I'll put the link in the description below if you want to help out a Brody. Because, Shumani do be tight, but you keep on trucking. Not that I'm expecting to make any income out of these things, I'm only just making them for myself, but that's why I'm saying it. Because it be how it be. Sometimes I see these channels on YouTube where I keep on sponsors and stuff. I saw this Commander Night with Blast yesterday, with Sodium Cat yesterday. And it was really cool, but they also every 5 minutes talked about their sponsors, which from a sponsor's perspective, hey, that's pretty good. They keep talking about what we're talking about, what we want them to be talking about. That's why we're paying them. And yeah, that's true. But as a spectator, I don't care about the sponsors as much as I care about the content that is being shown to me. So whenever the content is being stopped consistently by the sponsors, it makes me relate the sponsors to bad, if that makes sense. Not bad as in I don't agree with it, but more bad in the sense of this is being shoehorned into my consumption of this because of somebody else's needs, and I don't mind that, but I feel like there's people that do, if that makes sense. I'm way off track here. The whole thing was about Sora, so let's wrap it up. Sora's cool. My top 5 Metroid games are Metroid Pinball, Metroid Fusion, Super Metroid, Metroid Zero Mission, and Metroid Prime. Just recapping that because I want you to know, because I like Metroid, and you should like Metroid too. You don't have to, but it's good enough that you should. Or at least I would say. Okay, I got distracted again. I was talking about Sora. Sora's cool. I will play Sora as soon as Sora comes out. I don't know if it already came out. I only saw half of the direct because I was at work. As soon as Sora comes out, I will play it, and then I'll probably have a shower thought after playing Sora for a little bit. Oh, also something I really liked about the Sora video is that he's fighting Sephiroth, and then they stylized it so that it matches the Sora Sephiroth fight from Kingdom Hearts. And if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, that's a fucking really cool fight. And beating it is a very hype thing. So the fact that they integrated that, the fact that Smash is able to integrate that at all is they already had the groundwork for a bunch of characters that Sora's related to. I really wish they would maybe, even if they're gonna stop the DLC cycle, that they would make free DLC content, kind of the same way that Animal Crossing does it. It's oh yeah, we're gonna do the fall update or the spooky update or the Halloween, the Christmas update and all that stuff post-release. I feel if Smash should do that. Now that it's done with setting all of the roster, just have fun with what you set up already. Make a little story or something. Make a little challenge thing for people to hop on. The Sephiroth fight challenge, that was super fun. You got to play Sephiroth early if you beat him. That was cool. I would like it if they did more stuff like that, even if you don't get to get the character early or anything. Just having a challenge like that is just something that people can appreciate, because while the game is about fighting with your friends, you can make it about more than that for whenever you don't have friends to play with, I guess, because the servers for Nintendo aren't that good either. So just adding more single player content to the game could only make the user attention stronger, honestly. I don't see why they shouldn't. And World of Light, I don't like World of Light. I don't think many people do. The little bits that are good are really good, but there's so much that is just tedious and grinding for no reason. The reason I heard when the game came out is that Sakurai didn't like the fact that all of the pretty cutscenes would leak online. So he didn't want to have a story mode with pretty cutscenes because he wanted people to play the game. And it's like, well, like the we have less pretty cutscenes because Sakurai doesn't want people to see them until they play the game. Well, I mean, everybody already played the game. Make more pretty cutscenes, please. Even if like you're not making more characters or patch updates or balance things, you know, just making pretty content that has single player implications in the game as well. Like, that could only benefit the community. And the community, well, I mean, the community knows that Nintendo doesn't really care too much about them, or at least like the hardcore competitive scene. Like the casual fan base, like, yeah, Nintendo caters to them because they're playing the game casually, like they want them to. So it's like, oh yeah, here, have an event where you come play Smash, we get all the best top players, and you gotta play in transforming stages with items on. Alright, well, this has been the shower thought. Sora's cool. I hope to see more of Sora, and I hope to see more of you guys again. Take a shower if you haven't, and this has been my friend. I'll see you later. Peace.